Hey y'all, guess what we are making today? Skillet apple pie. Yes, you heard me right. Skillet apple pie. It's not just for hitting people in the head or cornbread. You can make apple pie in this thing too, and it is so easy and so delicious. You'll make this all the time. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you need to do is go out and buy this apple core slicer if you don't already have it. It makes life so much easier. But you will need 3/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And you can get either 4 pounds of Granny Smith apples, or you can do 2 pounds of Granny Smith apples and 2 pounds of Braeburn apples. It doesn't really matter. The pie is going to be great if you just use the Granny Smith apples. I use 2 different types, but in the past I have use just the Granny Smith apples, and it turns out just as delicious. But you mix all of this together. Make sure your apples are thoroughly coated with the sugar cinnamon mixture. And now you need to melt at least a half a cup of butter in your skillet, in your 10-inch cast iron skillet. And it might be easier if you cut your butter up in slices instead of putting the whole stick in. Okay, once your butter has melted, you add 1 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar, and you stir this around 1 to 2 minutes until it's dissolved. You'll see that you'll feel with your spoon that it doesn't feel as gritty, and it becomes smoother looking. And once your brown sugar is dissolved, you take it off the heat, and now you can use your pie crust. I just buy refrigerated pie crust. You get 2 in a pack. It's this simple. The hardest part is just trying to get the pie crust out of the plastic and get it unrolled. And you don't even have to use a rolling pin. You just unroll it from the package, and like I said, that is the hardest part of the whole pie, because it took me forever, as you can see, to get this pie crust unrolled to put it in the pan. But you put the pie crust directly onto this brown sugar mixture. And I stirred mine up because I had let it set too long and the butter started rising to the top. I don't know if that meant anything, but I wanted it to be a little more combined. But you just throw the pie crust right on top. It does not have to be pretty. It does not have to be perfect. Now at this point, you will put your cinnamon apple sugar mixture on top of this pie crust, and you may think, oh my gosh, it's too many apples, it's going to be too high. It's not. This is going to be fine. The apples will cook down, and it will be a lot smaller than this. Okay, next you just put the other pie crust right on top and just kind of tuck it in into the skillet. Okay, now you just whisk up an egg white until it's nice and frothy. I use the carton egg whites for what I use for my omelets in the mornings. You can use a real egg, of course, but this makes your crust a little glossy and golden, and you just brush that on, make sure it's completely coated, and it just makes it more picturesque, very magazine looking. And now you want to cut 4 to 5 slits on top of the crust so the steam can escape and cooks your apples nice and soft. Alright, put it in a preheated oven of 350 degrees for an hour to an hour and 10 minutes until it's nice and golden and bubbly. The house smells heavenly, and it makes me just want to go into the freezer and get a scoop of ice cream. It's a little rustic looking, but that's okay. What matters is how it tastes, and I've made this pie several times and it tastes amazing, and I hope you guys try it because it is so quick and easy. The hardest thing is just peeling the apples and waiting for it to cook. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you like this video, please make sure you hit subscribe and share with your friends if you think they might like a recipe like this. And have a great day. Thank you for watching.